So here's what happens. Cardinals win the game.
They win the game.
3-game winning streak. How about that? Taking the first 2 from the Cubbies. Good game. We'll get into that in a bit.
Yep.
So Jack Flaherty, your starting pitcher, pitched okay.
Sorry.
Didn't pitch well. Didn't pitch terribly. No, I said okay. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs.
5 walks.
That whole waka coming back. 5 walks. Gave up a Bomsky, just 3 strikeouts. So he was okay. Nothing great at all. Wasn't awful, but his velo was down throughout the game. It was something that was discussed during the broadcast.
Yeah.
It was discussed during the postgame. And so Jim is the first one to bring up the velo, and you could tell that right out of the gate. Because nothing before that ticked off Jack Flaherty. You can just tell that the velo thing is something that he's not happy about, that being a line of discussion.
You want to play it?
I do.
The velocity on your fastball was down.
The next time somebody wants to mention the velocity of my fastball, I'm not going to answer another question about, I'm going to play with the velocity of my fastball based on what the game calls for. So I can get outs at 90, I can get outs at 95. I'm going to play with it. I've always played with it. I've thrown freaking fastballs at 87 before in games when I've been at my best. I'm not answering questions on, I'm just saying because y'all want to make a big deal out of it, and I'm tired of it. I'm not, it's so ridiculous. I'm going to go for what the game calls for, and that's part of pitching. So if you want to ask about it, you don't understand the art of pitching. I'm going to go with what the situation calls for, what the game calls for. But you have to manage pitch counts. You have to manage the way that the game goes. There's certain times where you up it, and you're going to start seeing 4, 5, 6, and there's certain times you might be able to be like, okay, here, situation calls for it, you bump it back up. That's the way the game goes. So that's the way that you go about the game.
We don't know that unless we ask, Jack. We don't know.
Well, then you don't understand pitching, and that's okay.
You want to say that again?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry? You said I don't understand pitching.
That's the way that
We just don't feel like we should guess. We want your answer so we can quote you and give it to the fan.
Okay, Derek.
That's why we ask.
Whatever you say.
For the record, I asked that because in the broadcast they were saying there are times when a pitcher will throw at a certain velocity with the fastball for certain reason. They were discussing it. That's why I asked.
I appreciate it, Jim. I appreciate it. Yeah. You just play with it the way that the game goes. There's certain times you up your velocity, and there's certain times that you can play with it.
Basically, just play with it,
Jim. I appreciate it.
Here's the thing. They won the game. He's selfish, dude. You won that game. You're that pissed. You won. You won 3 in a row. You're crawling out of a hole. And you're so sensitive. Dude, he's a baby.
Oh, you should have seen the
He's
body
a
language.
baby, dude.
His body language was terrible from the beginning.
If I'm an older guy on the team, you need to calm down, dude. It's not all about you. God, are you selfish? Dude, he is. I know that. I'm telling you, man. He's a selfish dude. You won a game. Take the questioning, baby.
And just answer it.
Answer the damn thing.
Answer it. By the way, if you'd have answered with the same words that he said in a different tone, it would have been fine. Because actually, the way he explained it was pretty good. I'm talking about what he said.
Yeah.
But it was the tone.
Yeah.
You don't understand baseball. You don't understand pitching. You don't understand the art of pitching.
Listen, Derek Gould knows baseball, man. I'm sorry. He might not have played, but that dude knows baseball. That guy's been down there more than you have, Jack. Every day.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry?
What?
I'm sorry?
Did I say something?
No, that's how he responded.
Oh,
Jack.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry? I'm sorry?
I'm sorry? What? Good God.
Whatever you say, Derek.
What, Jim? I can't hear them. I wish they would talk louder. Charlie, what is going on here? Take the damn mic and I only hear your questions. I can't hear them.
And then Jimmy Ballgame had a good retort as well afterwards, as they throw back to Alexa and Jimmy. It sounded like Jimmy also texted Kat to get that line of discussion going. And I'm sure Kat was listening to the broadcast.
Yeah.
But it sounded like Jim was the one that was really interested in the velo being down.
Of course.
And so Jim's like, yeah, I think I know baseball. I've played a little bit. Maybe I'm not a pitcher.
Follows the Cardinals know that the biggest question is
That's on his mind right there. That kind of stuff.
I think what's really on his mind, honestly, is that Jack Flaherty has /had tremendous talent. And if you go back, I know we always talk about 2019, second half, even if you talk about first half 2021, I think in Jack Flaherty's final year, he anticipated probably going to another team, maybe a West Coast team, who knows, but getting a massive contract.
Yeah.
I'm talking
$200.
Back in the day, he's probably thinking he's getting $200+ million. And now here he is. He can't command the baseball. He's walking everybody. His ERA is in the 6s. That payday is not coming, by the way. I think what's going to happen is he'll probably have to sign a 1-year bridge deal to prove himself again, because nobody's going to give him a huge deal, and any type of team-friendly discount like, hey, we'll give you 3 years, Jack won't want to sign that because it won't be worth what he could get if he ever actually figures it out. So I think he's super frustrated, probably has been really frustrated go back to 2020, to that season, because it's been injuries, underperformance. Now he's getting chirpy.
It's on you, though.
It's
dude.
on him. And as I said,
Damn.
I have given Jack the benefit of the doubt
Yes,
because
you
I
have.
think in this town a lot of people didn't. And I'm not talking about injury, and I'm not talking about underperformance.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the political crap.
Yes.
And dude, I think
The
he
victim.
lost. I think he lost everybody last night.
I know, man.
1 million people in my Twitter mentions all said similar things. Man, I've always tried to be on his side because I know a lot of people attack him, and now I can't defend the guy anymore.
That's
how I feel.
You invited
You get tired of it after a while. He strikes me as a guy that is always going to think he's more than what he is, than what the market's looking at him at, all the owners and everything. I think he's always going to feel like he's worth more than that.
Dude, he's
and
selfish.
he's not.
He's just a selfish guy. When you win 3 in a row and everybody's happy, you hear the guys back in the locker room. Now you're causing a shite storm with the media for no reason. For no reason after you won 3 in a row. Now we're talking about that crap. It's crap. It's stupid. You have a bad attitude, dude. That's another thing. You don't think that's getting around? I'm telling you, man. You're selfish. It's always about you. When everybody else in the locker room is laughing, and you're the guy that's still mopey and pissed after you just won, baby.
Some great fireballs tonight.
I wish Jim would have smacked him. Poor Jim's like, what I do?
I put
And
up,
then what do you get to Derek Gould? I like Gould just like, what?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry?
well, people who
Down
didn't
here every damn day.
People who didn't see it live didn't necessarily catch it
Man.
on Twitter immediately because initially Bally Sports Midwest tweeted out that post game, but they cut out the Derek Gould interaction out of the middle.
Wow.
So there was just a jump cut from Jim's first question to Jim's second question, and you could see like something
I
just got
noticed
edited
that.
out of this.
And then Charlie posts the,
We call that the YouTube edit.
and then Charlie's like, now everybody's just listening to.
Gonna play with it. I've always played with it. I'm gonna play with it. I've always played with it.
See, why are you taking that? You're taking that in a direction. I totally meant his fastball.
I know. That's what we're talking
That's
about.
exactly why I clipped off just that 3-second
Man,
part.
dude,
to talk
that's
about his
funny,
fastball.
dude.
So, by the way, for everybody out there that likes to chirp Jim, give him credit.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, Jack goes after him. He re-explains himself. Jack then, I think, was understanding to Jim. He was a little more chirpy with Derek, Jack was. But so I start texting Jim. I'm like, whoo! Little comment here or there
Text him
about
right
Jack.
now.
And he texts me and he said, hey, did they edit the video? And I said, well, on the broadcast, on the TV broadcast, no. But on that Twitter version, they did cut it out. I think Jim then, I'm guessing, called somebody at Bally's, because this wasn't on him, and said, hey, why don't you repost the whole thing? Because people are going to think that we're covering for the Cardinals or Jack Flaherty. Because people started talking about that. Oh, Bally's purposefully clipped that off, which I think somebody did.
Isn't that something?
Maybe to make Jack look better or whoever.
You got Paul DeYoung having a great night. You know, you got Kiz doing his thing. Newt Barr, Gorman. You got all this positivity, and now it's all about this dude, the victim. God Almighty! I'm telling you, if I'm in that locker room, and I know baseball locker rooms are different, But, dude, somebody's got to be like, you need to calm down, son. All about you. You.
And the
My
crazy thing
God.
is that he's actually one of the veterans on this very young team.
Whoa.
Supposed to be, yeah.
I mean, Michaelis needs to be like, dude, you need to chill out a little bit, man. We just won 3 in a row.
Jack probably banged out somebody in a car somewhere.
I don't know what that was all about.
Wow.
Titanic. Well, that could have happened. We've all done that, right?
Is that the reason he's mad, you think?
I don't know.
Was it a small car and it wasn't comfortable?
Was it very uncomfortable? Did you make a
ano-
mess?
Here's another layer of this.
Yeah.
Remember, go back to the last time Jack pitched was when he got a little chirpy with Ben Fred with
Yeah.
the line of questioning about the pitching coach and the catcher, which Jack started with. Jack also said, hey, I sucked, but he's like, the two-strike approach and the calls just didn't make any sense. This kind of publicly opened up the whole Wilson Contreras situation, which then got to a point on Saturday where the Cardinals come out and essentially say he's no longer a catcher. And then they say on Sunday, no, we didn't mean that. No, he's not going to play outfield. So whatever happens, I don't know. Still, apparently he's not good enough to catch even one baseball game. I guess he has to sit for 2 straight weeks in detention, and then he's going to catch every game. I don't get it. Somebody please explain it to me. But my point is, the whole thought of, some of the pitching staff's blame, which should go on the pitching staff. Also, it's Wilson Contreras. Well, he didn't catch last night. Kiz caught last night. And Flaherty still wasn't good.
Kids got him out of a jam, too. Throwing that guy out for a double play.
Strike him out, throw him out.
Strike him out, throw him out.
There you go, Cam.
I watched
job.
things, okay? Although I did golf all day yesterday. Oh, man, my wrist hurts. Get him in, by the way, 855-282-8255. The text line is blowing up, baby. It's blowing. You have something to say back there?
Yeah, I was going to say this, that I put out a Twitter poll in the comments section of the video that Bally's tweeted out, and I said, pledge your allegiance. Are you team the cat or are you team Jack Flaherty? 92.7% are team the cat.
There it is.
There we go.
I'm team Derek Gould, too, and
Yeah.
Ben Fred. All those guys down there, John Denton.
And Frank.
And Frankie. I dare you to do it to Frankie.
Jack already did it to Frank.
Well, do it again and see what happens. Oh, I bet you Frank gets pissed, though. He's going to play it cool, too. I wouldn't be able to play it cool. I'm glad. Remember I told you I was down there. Hannah and I would go down there. I never asked anybody questions. All I did was walk in the locker room and talk to the guys about other things. I didn't like it, but I figure if I had to do that, and they're paying me, man, and I got to write a story out or I got to get something. And he cracked back at me like that. I don't know if I could hold it together.
I'm sorry?
I'm like, what?
I'm sorry?
I asked you a question.
Well, you don't understand
Baby.
pitching. You don't understand pitching. Yes, I know.
Then answer
I
it
get
for
it.
me.
Yes, I
You baby.
understand that.
Answer the question, jerk.
So teach
What'd you
me.
say? The question.
I'd work out before I went in there and just look Jack, tight shirt on, like, what? Intimidation.
I don't
back
understand
there.
pitching. Give me a baseball right
Give
now.
me a
I'll show you.
I'll throw this damn
You want
thing.
to see me throw this baseball?
2-seam, 4-seam.
My dad taught me this when I was 2. Know how to throw a ball.
I threw out the first pitch at a Hoots game
And a Cardinals game.
and a Cardinals game. And I fired my agent.
And then I fired my agent
That night.
at Harry's. Let them watch. Let them watch. All right, get them, man. Text line's blowing up. Morning, boys. I don't have kids, so I guess I don't understand diapers. But it seems Jack is full. Somebody better change it, Sharon.
I know who that
He's
was.
a baby. Got it. Mine is right. Ready for the fire. Text to come out. Trying to figure out how Willie Contreras gave up those home runs from the dugout, Sanderson.
That's a great text.
Jack is a banny little rooster. Like to see Jimmy give him more ammo for his next dumb little video. Ooh. Poor Jim's just in the video. He's like,
He's an irresponsible progressive.
That's true. That is true.
Was he talking about Jack?
I think so. Something I know about pitching sorry, Matt from Tower Grove. Something that I know about pitching is no matter the velo. You can't give the other team 5 free base runners and expect to be good. Flaherty was not good. Must have been Contreras' fault calling pitches from the bench. Gino, oh boy, they're coming in, dude. I mean,
Yeah, that goes back to Flaherty's answer. It was a good answer, and it's accurate, too. He doesn't have to throw the ball 95 every outing in order to be successful.
you can call out the call, too, right? I mean, you could, what's it called? You just,
The old pitch com?
yeah. Oh, well, I'm just saying, if Contreras is calling a pitch for you, you don't have to pitch that
Okay, listen, Cam. You don't understand catching now.
I know.
I'm sorry? You don't understand catching.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Jack.
Let me tell you something. I caught in high school, so I understand catching.
Yeah.
And here's what you don't get.
Yeah.
And everybody listening right now, none of you get this either unless you at least caught one game in high school, okay? What you don't get is you take a catcher who's an all-star and he won a World Series and he's in year 8.
Yeah.
And he's almost 31 and he signed a $90 million contract essentially and he's not allowed to catch, okay? So he catches like 25 games and then he can't even catch one game.
No.
You can't even let him catch even one game, but then eventually he's going to catch every game. So if you don't understand that line of thinking, Cam, you don't understand
I'm an
catching.
idiot.
But he's a load and he can finish.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry?
Jimmy.
sorry?
I'm sorry?
But he's a load and he can finish.
I like D. Gould, though. I could picture D. Gould's face there, too. Like, what? Man. Now I want to go down there. I want them to lose next time Jack.
How dare
I don't mean
you.
that. No, wait.
How dare
I want
you.
them to win. But next time Jack pitches at home, let's go down there. Let's go in the locker room.
I can't get a credential.
I'll get you in.
You can't either.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
I bet I can.
Not in the clubhouse.
We'll go down there, and we'll just stand around and see, get a little ammo for the media, so they don't get bullied around.
You will not get in the clubhouse.
I know. Nor will I try. But it'll be kind of cool, though. Imagine me and you just stand there like, what are you going to... Oh, God.
Let's just go to the game and drink.
All right. Whatever. I could do that.
What if he thinks, or what if he needs a millennial to
talk
understand
to?
him and relate?
You might be.
Is he a millennial, though? Because we're technically a millennial.
Are we?
Yes. By definition.
Okay.
Right at the cutoff.
Then what is he, a boomer?
We're on the other
No.
end of Gen Y, I guess it would be.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's
Technically.
your age, right?
Yeah, he's a grade below me technically, or he would have been. So he needs somebody like me to go in there and understand.
Yes.
And
Talk to him like, hi.
And
Like
be
Pokemon.
like, hey, here's
you could
some
talk about
Hi,
Pokemon.
here's some TikTok.
Hi, Jack. How are you?
You could talk about
You were good.
the Paul brothers,
I like your video.
Yeah, we'll just compliment each other.
Selena Gomez.
Yes. Hi, Jack.
I'll just give him compliments, see
Good
if he'll give
God.
me some, and it'll just turn into
Oh, he
us
won't.
both complimenting himself.
No, it's all about him. Everything's about him.
I want a
But
T-shirt.
we got to switch it up.
You don't
we
understand
need youth
pitching.
in there to
That'd be a good one.
understand.
And then you don't understand pitching. Well, teach us.
Apparently not.
Teach us.
Apparently, pitching to understand it is 5 walks, 5 innings.
Imagine Chopper saying to the media, I'm going to go play with the velocity on my slap shot. I'm going to go play with it to manage the game. If you ask about it, you don't understand slap shots, Jobu. Yeah, I mean, I think Chopper would be like, I think he was pretty calm, cool, and collected, but if he's pissed, like he's going to say something, but I mean, that guy's a Hall of Famer.
No, I agree with Charlie, though. I think it was a good answer. I think that he just was shifting blame elsewhere again when he was trying to put it on the media. I actually thought his answer was incredibly insightful and that he actually kind of did take you behind the scenes. I just felt that he completely showed terrible body language and just revealed to everybody that this dude's completely torn apart internally.
He is.
And that, you know, other players who are struggling may go in there and just answer the questions and just get through the press conference, but he made it personal in there a couple times.
I believe Sir Nathaniel said this a long time ago. He's weak-minded. And you know what?
Yeah.
He is. If you're always thinking about yourself and you're always worried and wired up and like, and defensive, like you're weak-minded. And as a pitcher, trying to find your groove, that ain't good.
No.
You know, it all adds up, man. You can calm down a little bit.
You can also make the case, though, that he's superbly confident, overconfident in relation to his current stats. You know what I'm saying? Because think
Sometimes
about
you
it.
act confident and you're not.
Okay, but a dude that has a 6 ERA, has been really bad his last 3 starts,
Yeah.
is walking the world, and just didn't pitch well, and you're still chirpy. Think
know.
about that.
I know.
You're still chirpy.
He's weird, man. Yes, in a walk year, he chooses to have lower velocity. We see through the BS. This is a selfish guy who sees the first big contract crashing and burning. F this guy, Wombat. Dude, they're not happy with him, man. Jack needs a teammate like Cam to smack him around and set his ass right. What a jackass. Gould has been covering baseball before Jack was born. Get the hell out of here, Sharon. That's true, man. Gouldsy, is a smart guy and he knows it. But that guy's been grinding for a long time. A lot longer than Jack has. He's seen a lot of stuff. He knows his baseball.
Jack is in the big leagues. But I'm taking the media side, as I have this whole season, because the Cardinals compete harder against the local media in the post games than they do against their opponent.
There it is.
Not the first time with Jack. Not the first time with Ollie. Ollie didn't do it last night. Even Waino coming back and being a little chirpy.
A little chirpy. Come on, Waino.
It was your first game back, Waino. You've been hurt.
Unfollowing. Muting people on Twitter.
Going after Sharon.
Just trying to be nice to you. Now everybody's defending Sharon. See how that works? We got an army, man.
And I think Sharon said something totally nice, like, Waino, I love you, but you're terrible. whatever she said. Totally neutral.
I miss you. We're better off without you.
The boys are doing great without you, Waino.
Pretty early, guys, but it is over.
It is. No, I don't know. 3 in a row. You wouldn't know it. You would think they got killed 7-0 last night. Damn good win. You want to hear some positive stuff?
No.
And don't get me wrong, text line. I want negativity. Bring it in. 855-282-8255. I know it's blowing up. I'll get to that. But I also want to hear some bombs, too. What do you got over there?
I got 2. Here's Nolan Gorman in the top of the first inning.
In the air, left center. Happ is over. He looks up. That ball is gone. Nolan Gorman with an opposite field homer. Brady does it again with 2 outs. Makes it look easy, too, with that stroke.
And then a little bit later in the game, it was Paul DeYoung.
Swing, fly ball. Belted left center. There's number 14 for the lead.
A lot of Cardinals fans there, man.
Sounds like it. All right. I was expecting more commentary.
I know. What was Brad doing?
Let it breathe. Yeah.
Brad's usually like,
Yeah, you heard that first home run. You heard Brad come right on the air.
He's been listening to this show and you guys critiquing him, and now he's gun
Nate
shy.
Nate started it. I just was like, oh, yeah.
Stop blaming Nate. You're like Flaherty now. You're like Flaherty blaming the media.
Nate did it.
Now you're blaming Nate, who is part of the media, even though he doesn't want to be part of the media.
Nate. I want Nate to go in there. That's right. See what he
That'd be awesome.
Oh, my God. Can he go in there? Does he have credentials? No.
He's been in the press box. He was in it last year. I don't know if he went to the clubhouse, but he was able to get into the press box.
Charlie can't get in?
Listen.
Wait, who's...
So Nate has credentials and you don't?
Who's gatekeeping Charlie out of the Cardinals clubhouse?
David Solomon is doing a great job. He's down there.
Every day.
Some days for 5-9, you're not supposed to have multiple people. I even said one time, can I go? I'll just sit in the press box. I do host a morning show. I can kind of talk about the atmosphere. But that was the day that all of Japan was here for Shohei Ohtani.
That's right.
So,
and Newt.
The one game you wanted to go to.
We were talking about Newt. I was kind of hard on Newt, Actually, Cole made a funny thing. Cole's like, I look at Newt and I'm like, Cole's like, I think everybody in the locker room should call him Skippy. Like, he just looks like a Skippy. Like, just like
everybody's
little Skippy in the neighborhood. Just a guy like, hey, how are you? Happy-go-lucky, He's a good player, though, man. He's a good player. But I get what you're saying. Like, he's a little Skippy.
I never really enjoyed the
Scooter.
Scooter, that's a good one. The rah guys.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just seems...
I had to be that man. I get the game with it,
But he's good too, though.
He's good.
He's not a rah guy that's there for morale.
No,
he does both.
He's a damn good player. He's a good athlete. He is, and he hits. I like Newt, man.
And I don't want to be a total hypocrite because I have criticized this team for being too, to bring back an old word from this show, stoic. And being a little bit too professional and not having enough fun. So I don't want to be a complete hypocrite about that. But, and again, it kind of goes back to the whole pepper grinder thing and how I wasn't a big fan of that celebration.
So bizarre.
I'm just like, who's this guy who looks like he's everybody's little brother just standing up and doing, pepper grinder.
I know. Remember in the clubhouse, or in the bench, he comes out and he's leaning over like, rah! Somebody got a hit. And he's like, Newt Barr's like, he's pepper grinding, like, rah, rah, rah. Like he's,
yeah,
I'm like, God dang.
Can we dial it back just a little bit?
Calm down a little bit, baby.
I know what you mean by that in saying everybody's little brother. The funny thing is, because I understand that thinking when you see him in the dugout doing the pepper grinder over the years, he's actually kind of big. He's 6'3", 210. Like he's an athlete. Lars Nootbaar.
6'3". He doesn't look like it.
Lars Nootbaar, 6'3", 210. He was supposed to be a legit quarterback. I'm telling you.
I believe you.
If you stand next to him, he's not some little dude.
I know.
He's a really good athlete.
I get that.
No, I wasn't chirping. I would think the same thing.
Yeah.
When you see him in the dugout, hey guys, hey. He's like the guy in high school, the team manager that's on the team. He doesn't play. He kind of keeps the scorebook, like Solomon at the softball game.
Yeah.
But Lars Nootbaar was a tremendous quarterback in high school.
He's a damn good player.
He's 6'3", 210. He can play outfield. He can throw the baseball. He can hit the ball about as hard as anybody for his size.
Yeah.
Literally in the league.
I'm a big, strong guy.
I like him.
And by the way, look at his numbers.
Skippy.
It's early. He was hurt. His OPS is 855. That's really good.
Yeah. All right.
He's a good
Really
player. Kiz is doing his thing, too.
I apologize. I did not know that he was 6'3".
I didn't know either. He's not Skippy anymore. Now he's, I don't know.
But I understand that line of thinking because you see him in the dugout and he looks like kind of the team mascot guy.
Yeah, I know. And then you tie in the pepper grinder thing, and I'm like, oh.
No, now it's the elbow.
The elbow's badass.
Why they're winning?
They're like, well, bam, bam.
That's what Jack actually elbowed the local media last night after the press conference.
I was hoping Gouldsy would throw an elbow right back at him. I liked that exchange, man. I liked it.
Good for business.
I liked it. I liked it.
In a perfect world, Lars Nootbaar would donate a little bit of his energy to the other players on the team, and then they pick up their energy, and he decreases a little bit, and there's somewhere in the middle where they find equilibrium.
I get what you're saying.
By the way, real quick, Newt is 11 for 30 this month, batting .367 with a .457 on base percentage, and then DeJong is 6 for 17, batting .353 and a .450.
There it is. Ain't bad. Positivity.
Both of them are doing really well.
There's some positive stuff going on, but it's all about Jack.
Hey, Paul DeJong, everybody wanted him off the team.
Everybody.
I understand it's been a really bad,
and we will shortly,
2-3 years. Okay, but look, it also speaks to the fact that it really doesn't make any sense for the Cardinals to cut a guy or DFA a guy when you're already paying him $9 million with a buyout, which is $11 million total. So if Paul DeJong can come back and be good this whole season, it shows you why it never made sense for the Cardinals to cut him.
Yeah.
You're already paying him.
And you said that, dude.
That's why you might as well try to get something out of him.
I think you guys all said that, And now look at it. Now he's coming up and helping you win some games, although you wouldn't know it after watching postgame. Anyway. Why is Flaherty so offended by everything? He's an emotional, like a postpartum woman. I'll be glad when he's gone next year. He doesn't know how to work the media. He doesn't know how to approach simple questions, and he can't handle any criticism. Gio Nofallon, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Yeah, you're right.
You don't think he's going to come back here? Come on now. He's so happy. He just fits right in.
Honest question. Do you think the new rules surrounding the sticky stuff for pitchers has affected Jay Flair?
I think that's a fair question to ask for almost everyone.
Yeah.
Even our guy Max Scherzer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Who was suspended for that. And look, I think everybody was doing this. When you heard that whole story about how even Adam Wainwright was ordering this product from the clubby guy, remember that was concocting the recipe? Everybody was doing this to some extent.
Cam, if Jack had the same amount of talent in the hockey world, would he have made it to the NHL? Or would people have weeded him out for being such a selfish baby? Well, he's got talent, so you're always going to get a chance. And a lot of times it works its way out in a hockey locker room. Listen, all locker rooms are different. Football locker rooms are all separated. Hockey locker rooms not. The D, the forwards, the goalies, everybody's right there. Everybody's looking at each other. Every locker room, everybody can see everybody. There's no different cliques. So, yeah, that's hard to sustain in the hockey world, man. Jackasses get weeded out. I've seen it. I've seen this a million times with a million different players that had talent out the wazoo, and they were jackasses, and they got weeded out.
Here's the difference, though, in my opinion, with Jack. I think we are forgetting, and I understand because it's been a long time, but this is not a dude that's never accomplished anything at the big league level. He had 2 really good seasons in a row, 18-19. 19 was awesome. He was borderline Cy Young. And then after all the weirdness of 2020, he actually started 2021, the first third of the year, really, really good until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So for anybody to say that oh, Jack is wasted talent and all that. The thing is, he's shown it.
Yeah.
Like, he has been really good. He was fourth in Cy Young, led the league in whip in 2019. He had a 2.75 ERA, 231 strikeouts in 196 in the third inning. So the reason everybody's so disappointed is they have seen Jack be elite. Jack's seen himself be elite in the big leagues for 2.5 seasons out of his now 6+ years.
He had that sticky icky back then.
Well, at some point, he had that in him. He's also been super hurt.
I get that.
I think it is a combination. Whatever combination of all these pitchers can't have the same substances. But with Jack, to me, it's more injury also. He's been super hurt.
Yeah, he's always hurt.
Since 2020.
He's always hurt and he's always mad. Snowflake Flaherty thinks he belongs in a big market. Would love to see him handle the New York media. Oh, two-pump chump. Oh, I would just watch the postgame every time he pitched. Every time he pitched. Those guys over there don't give a damn. They'll get you. Go to Philly.
They'll get you.
They'll get you.
He ain't going east, baby.
No, he going west. Dang right. What do you got?
A lovely caller on hold.
Who is it?
It's a Ponzi scheme.
Oh, we got Jamesy.
What's going on, fellas?
What up, homie? What's up, baby?
Yeah. You know, King James, LeBron James, them doing their thing. Yeah, Lakers, baby.
Lakers.
Hey, Cardinals 3 games straight, man. But, hey, man, I'm tired of seeing this dude crying, complain, mope all the time, man. It's just old. It's tiring, man.
It is.
I like to see us trade him at the deadline. Send him out east, man. Send him to New York. They rip his ass in shreds. I would love to see that. I'd pay to see that, man. That's like a pay-per-view. Seriously, man. I mean, he's just crying and complaining. And who is he to tell Wilson Contreras he can't catch? You can't pitch. You can't stay healthy, man. Every year we're dealing with this crap with him, you know, and who's he gonna blame about yesterday's performance, you know? Now, nobody knows pitching. You're right, man. They're reporters, man. They're not pitching. They're asking you so they can relate to the fans. It's just old. It's tiring, man. He's a bad vibe. They want to talk about vibes in the clubhouse. He's a bad vibe, man.
James, dude, dude, I'm telling you. It deflates you as a team when you have somebody like that. I don't care how good they are.
Yeah, he's a big kid, man. It's just tiring to watch, and it's repetitive with this guy every year. And we've been saying, and to be honest, man, you're right, Charlie. He has had some talent, but the only reason we keep saying if Jack is Jack is because this team is too cheap or too complacent with going and getting an actual real number one. This guy's you can't depend on him, man. And the way he talks about others and treats others, you would think he's the next Holy Grail, man. He's trash, man. We got to get rid of him. They're cheap.
Yeah, dude. Like after you win a game like that, now it's all about you. You know, it's just
it's always about him. Selfish guys, man. Hey, man, you fellas have a great day.
Wait, James. James, real quick. Did you feel conflicted with Jack Flaherty going up against Jim Hayes in the post game?
Whose side were you on?
Were you having a tough time figuring out who you're rooting for?
Hey, all nonsense aside, I wanted to hit Jack Flaherty in the face for Jim Hayes.
Oh, see, we're bringing everybody together. Jack's actually bringing us, the media, together.
I didn't like how he talked to the old man on that camera like that.
Yeah,
that wasn't cool.
I like it. Only you're allowed to talk to him like that.
Yeah, only me, not Jack. Who's Jack Flaherty, man? He's a fake tough guy. We can't have him talking to Jim Hayes like that.
There you go. All right, big dog. All right, King James.
You guys have a good day. Hey, tell Wayno to stop talking to reporters crazy too. Ask him if he knows the only reason the Cardinals gave him $17 million because they know they're going to make it back on bobbleheads and bags.
You're probably right.
Now hold on a second.
Blown up in the He's been getting blown up in the minors, Charlie, and then when he gets blown up in the first game, he says, I don't know what happened at it.
No.
James is part of the segue for the Cardinal read.
James, you don't understand, okay? We're not talking bobbleheads. We're talking 2013 NLCS beer steins. Relive the excitement of the 2013 National League Championship on Saturday, May 20th. Go ahead.
Where he was jumping over the railing when David Freese hit the triple. That's what we're talking about. They're going to have some giveaway with that, too.
Yeah, he was hurt that year, if you remember.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't make money off of that.
For sure.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, James.
All right, guys.
Later, homie.
So the 2013 NLCS Beer Stein, Waino was on that team, by the way, baby. Going to the World Series. Unfortunately, they lost to the Red Sox. But still, we have to commemorate the National League Championship, okay? It highlights the National League title, the win over the LA Dodgers. Tickets and details at cardinals.com/promotions. It is May 20th, the 2013 National League Championship. Beer Stein. Look at that beer stein, Cam.
I'll drink beer out of that, dude.
I like beer.
I don't drink beer out of cans.
I like a nice stein.
I have to pour beer into a glass. It just tastes 10 times better. I hate drinking out of cans. Now, bottles I like. I like drinking out of bottles, not cans.
You're an elitist, like Flaherty. That's a Flaherty comment.
You're right.
Flaherty would say the same thing. No.
I know. He doesn't drink beer, dude.
I can't drink a beer can.
He doesn't drink beer.
Unless it's Bud Light.
You said that.
By the way,
Charlie said it.
And I'm actually the only one that doesn't even care about that.
Said it.
I'll go buy Bud Light just because I feel bad for the people selling it. I feel bad for all my buddies.
Me too.
I used to play on the Bud Light baseball team sponsored by Bud Light.
I know.
All of my buddies were literally marketing guys. They told me the story of what's going on, really, and I feel bad for all of them.
Andy and I were sponsored by Bud Light. And now and I think that girl's like, oh God, this Cam guy. Oh no,
you're fratty.
I know he's fratty. He curses. He's not like us. Let's get out of that.
That's amazing.
Anyway,
that's amazing.
Bud Light. That's funny, Charlie. Wilson Contreras needs a plum jack up. I teach him how to handle adversity. Very impressed with how Contreras handled that adversity too. You're right, dude. He did handle it pretty cool. You know how he let it out? He let it out
on the field.
On the field. Everybody's like, some people are like, I don't like his antics. Dude, he's pissed. He's getting bashed. And he's like, screw everybody. I'm going to go out there and kick ass and take names. I didn't mind that.
Question, though. Is he really getting bashed? Because to me, it has almost been unanimous. Locally, nationally, fans, media, anybody that understands baseball, even though none of us understand pitching, apparently.
Of course not.
Nobody is on the side of the Cardinals.
You're 100% right.
Everybody's like, okay, I think people get that Wilson Contreras is not Yachty. Never was going to be defensively. I don't know anybody that has taken the Cardinals' side of this Cardinals-Wilson Contreras situation. Not one person.
I should have phrased that differently.
I wasn't coming after you. I'm just saying, like, he's getting bashed, but it's more, everybody's like, Cardinals, what the hell are you doing?
Well, he's pissed because of what happened with the Cardinals. That's what I meant. Like, the players are bashing him.
No, you're right.
The pitchers are. That's worse than anything. You can get over the fans, but your own teammates are doing it. You're a month into the season. He's pissed. So he went out there with some fire up his ass. I liked it, dude.
He's the problem, okay?
I know, it's crazy.
He's the reason these guys can't pitch, all right? I know he didn't catch last night. Although they are kind of starting to win games.
You wouldn't know.
And by the way, Kiz is getting some solid contact, but he's also making up for a year's worth of bad luck. Now the bloops are falling in.
Yeah.
Bloop double to right.
Yep.
He had the swinging bunt, the old swunt the other day.
Yep.
Now that average is ticking up. He's getting some extra base hits.
Yep. Getting some
and
confidence.
the hard contact.
That's what I'm saying.
He had some good ones too.
He had a great double down the line.
Looking good behind the plate. I'm rooting for him, man. What if he becomes a superstar? What if Kiz starts hitting bombs and bombs and bombs, throwing guys out, Gold Glove, and he still comes on our show, and he's like an all-star? That'd be sick.
Well, that was my tweet yesterday, and I think sometimes I'm too sarcastic. So if I actually try to say something legitimate, people think it's always sarcasm, which it isn't, because it would be so Cardinals that the Cardinals would make this crazy move that everybody looks at and scratches their head with Contreras, and yet they're bailed out because Kisner starts playing like an all-star. That would be so Cardinals. And everybody's like, oh, are you hating on Kisner? I was like, no, I'm actually really rooting for him.
Totally.
And by the way, Kisner has been, I'm not saying Kisner is an all-star or will be, but he's also been way better than what he's shown the last 2-3 years. I do think a big part of that is not getting any type of consistent playing time.
Oh, God.
For the most part, I know last year Yachty left for a bit and he was injured, but if you look at the minor leagues, Kiz was always a good hitter.
Really?
He was always a good hitter.
Man, yeah, just getting up there more and more at bats, like you get your rhythm down, dude. I remember going through that too. Not playing for 3 games, and you played. Like your timing's off. Everything is. Here's the biggest issue. Jack wanted a big ticket and may have gotten it at some point, but not now. And I think the Cardinals my bad, dudes. Damn it. I think the Cardinals were hoping to give him a qualifying offer in order to get a draft pick when he leaves. Now they can't offer him the qualifying offer because of the fear he may take it and earn 20 schmil next year to pitch like crap. Jobu.
Ooh, that's a great question.
Jobu's on, dude.
I still think, look, if Jack Flaherty pitches the whole year, 30 starts, and if his ERA, let's say, creeps down in the 4s, I do think the Cardinals will give him that qualifying offer.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it's a good gamble. Now, if his ERA is 6, that's not going to happen. But I do think there's value of giving Jack Flaherty the qualifying offer if he's healthy for this year. What's the qualifying offer? $19 million? You just gave Miles Michaelis a 2-year extension for $20 million. I know there was some money this year, essentially $16 million per year. Miles Michaelis is way older than Jack Flaherty.
I felt sorry for Jack last night. I think he's been raised in a privileged household, insulated from the world, and so he has a limited worldview. He doesn't really comprehend what's important in life, so he gets really upset at the slightest of slights. He doesn't seem like a bad dude, but he needs to toughen up and recalibrate his mindset. All right.
That's well said.
It's not a bad take.
All right, 773. All right.
Because think about it like this. Whatever Jack Flaherty said last night and the reasons he said it, if he was frustrated, which he probably was, about his own performance, when Jack Flaherty wakes up today, he realizes he made it worse. You know what I'm saying? He realizes. And he's a guy that he checks social media. We all know that. We all know he goes to social media and Instagram and all that. And he's searching Jack Flaherty on Twitter, and he's reading what all of you guys are saying about him, and he's made it worse.
I know.
You know what the crazy thing is that everything could have been thrown out the door in past years if he would have started off really well. And I know his ERA was decent up until recent. He was just walking a lot of guys. But he's playing for himself this year. Whether he cares about playing for the Cardinals or he's happy to be with the Cardinals or not, I don't think he is. But he's playing for himself. It's his contract year. And if he wants,
he's playing for
if he wants to have a good long career with the money that he wants to make, then he needs to focus. He needs to focus on himself more than anything.
Oh, he is.
And if he doesn't, I know, but
he is.
It's got to translate onto the field. And
he's whatever, dude. I mean, I don't even care.
Whatever.
I don't know what is.
Whatever, Derek.
I don't know what the offer is going to be from the Cardinals to him this offseason, but I give him less than a 1% chance to come back in a Cardinal uniform next year. I'm
quoting you on that.
I do not see it.
I'm quoting you.
This is my Macachucks going to the Blues.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you might be a little bit more realistic with your take than Andy was. This guy's a clown. You don't fool batters by lowering velocity 5 miles an hour in the same pitching motion. Change up the delivery. Waino perfected that approach. Bill and Jeffco.
I just love listening to you break down baseball.
I think John was talking to me about that, and he was being sarcastic.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
No,
I was doing good that day.
You don't understand pitching, though.
I don't understand anything.
The art of pitching.
No, he was talking to Rick Hummel when he said that.
I haven't seen a damn game.
You got me there. Jeez, Charlie. We're 1-1 now.
What was the other one?
What do you mean?
Where did you get me? High school basketball?
Well, yes.
Okay, is
the
that
number one
by the
draft
way,
pick?
Hold on.
That's the number one draft pick.
Except, did Nate take that with him?
That was in Nate's folder. I can pull it up.
We don't have
I
that
usually
anymore.
just leave it.
I feel like we haven't heard it.
We can go grab it.
So number one.
So
We don't have to. It's good.
No.
We have,
Get that.
We have 3 folders. I have a folder, Seth has a folder, Nate has a folder. So when you guys call for specific drops that Nate has, we got to go dig it up out of his archive.
Nate's folder is categorized. It says Kamala, Sleepy Joe,
Dude,
Nancy,
I'm sorry.
Nancy P.
We need to get into Nate's folder.
Hillary.
There's gold dust in there, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously.
Stay in your lane.
All right, let's.
He's got all the Andy stuff.
Oh, he's got a ton of Andy.
He's got tons of Andy.
I would hitchhike.
I know he probably deleted his own stuff.
What's this?
He had some
hitchhike.
He would have some big. He said some big dog things. He said some crazy stuff. And I think he deleted it.
That's what I'm playing around Nate's folder.
I got sand fleas, the worst case that the hospital has ever seen in the history.
Yeah, I've heard that too much. I want to hear Nate drops. I want to hear some hardcore Nate drops.
He never did delete his women shouldn't be able to vote drop, so I give him that.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
If he didn't,
Cole, find that, dude. That's seriously.
it was like forbidden on the show after he was eligible for the Cardinals.
He deleted it
commentary
and
job.
you saved it. That's how I thought that went.
But he was joking about that.
He actually deleted it.
Remember the whole thing?
I know what he did.
He said he wrote a paper
Yes.
basically trying to explain to a teacher why you could make an argument.
Yeah, he was trying to use his teacher's logic against her.
Yeah.
So his
he
point
tortured
was
his professor in college because he hated her.
So he said basically, based off of your logic, I can make the argument. To disprove her logic, he twisted it around and put it on her and said, okay, women can't vote.
They didn't have to pay taxes. They didn't vote, but they didn't have to pay taxes.
I kind of manipulated that
Something
one.
like that. Damn, that was.
I took off the I wrote a paper part.
Find that, dude. You got to find those, man. Those are gold. The people want it, man. The people want to hear that.
Here's an iconic moment in history. Oh, no, here we go.
Sir Nathaniel, let's say you, brother.
Who cares?
What was that about?
He was in a pissy ass mood.
That was the.
That was when Nate. That was pissy Nate. That I want to kick it to him here and there, and he's mad at being here, kind of thing.
No, it was the Kavanaugh thing. The judge who people went to his house or something, and he just.
Oh, he cared about that.
He
was pissed about that.
He couldn't talk about anything but that day.
No, he came in with dude, he was not happy.
What country in Europe is the top football market?
London.
That's not a country.
I should step outside and just start jaywalking, son.
That's not a country. I did good on that one. Let's see here.
For football or football?
I don't know. Newton Kids still did the grinder in the dugout after the run was scored. Oh, maybe it was DeYoung. Cat tweeted the video. It's at the end. Oh.
Let them celebrate. They're finally winning.
Well, just do the elbow drop,
we
Charlie.
can't even talk about them winning because Jack Flaherty, thanks a lot, Jack, even though it's good for us. So actually,
if I were to
thank
put
you.
on my conspiracy theorist cap for just a minute.
I'm sure the media will be much easier to jack when he goes to New York or L.A. This guy's a beta loser, Wombat.
Oh.
Postpartum shame? Nice to hear from you, sexist. Can we return the favor with your low testosterone, Sharon?
Yes.
She talking to me on that? Mine's pretty dang good. Mine's pretty dang good.
Yeah, but it's artificial.
Oh, it's in there.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's in there.
Little Rocket Man, what's going on with you?
Rocket Man. Is that Kim Jong-un? Yeah, my testosterone is high right now, baby. I'm throwing weight around. That's what I do. Whatever happens, do not pick up DeYoung's option years. Ride this wave and let him go after the season. Dan the Lawn Man. Oh, the Iowan. Oh, God, the Wambot chimes back in. And he said the Blues were one number off of getting Bedard. Just wanted to show this to help ease the pain. The winning number was 4-5-9-13, and the Blues had 4-5-8-13.
I saw that. So how'd they end up at 10?
Man,
if they were that close and when they've been higher?
Listen,
I don't know how the draft works.
When it comes to numbers and stuff, I can't even when I read about how the draft works with all the different, it just confuses me. I can't.
You don't understand numbers.
I don't understand. That's what it is.
I'm sorry?
No, what?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry? What?
You don't understand the art of numbers.
I don't understand numbers. Explain to me.
I got out of a hat.
Plus, did we see these ping pong balls? Did we see them? Did we see them? Did we see them?
What?
Did we see the ping pong balls?
Not really.
That's what I heard.
I'm done with it.
Remember
Now,
they
I
used to
didn't watch.
shoot up the thing?
All I'm saying is NHL or NBA, whoever with the whole frozen envelope with Patrick Ewing. If you don't want people to talk about conspiracy theories, then you should make everything as transparent as possible.
I'm done with the media.
Dude, it was kind of goofy. And then the Kevin Weeks thing where he's like, woo. He went to break, and then, I don't know, just like...
Urge people to, you can Google it or go on to any search engine.
Oh, God. The baseball year has just started. What a crap show. Okay, the baseball year has just started, and what a crap show. What a start. Can we get any more drama? Ollie crap with O'Neill. Ollie with pitching staff, the pitching staff in general. Mo looks like a freaking moron. Jordan Walker being sent back down, throwing Contreras under the bus after 30 games. Bally's going freaking bankrupt. Death of Cardinal legend Mike Shannon. Waino acting like a baby, blocking our precious Sharon and her hot cougar friends.
Yes.
And now we have Flaherty rolling his eyes about velocity. What a freaking child. Go play Pokemon, Jack. We stand with Sharon, 2023 Pizza Wallet.
Wow. At me.
That's a great text. That might be text of the month. Text of the year?
Should we get... He's been great. Jobu's been great. Like, with real, like, thought out, well drawn out texts. And I didn't even mess that up. So you could tell, like, he didn't, like,
good job.
Rush it, you know? But that's on... I mess up a lot. But a lot of times, they mess up, Charlie.
You don't understand texting.
I don't understand.
The art of texting.
Because they're texting and driving, probably. Pull over. And the voice thing doesn't work either. I need commas. I need periods. I need question marks. I need
exclamation points.
Exclamation points. I'll be really loud. Semicolons and capitalize certain
Put the pronunciation
words.
in parentheses.
Yeah.
Ellipses.
Yes. Help me a little bit.